These two teams have been standard bearers, championship programs. And when they look at their schedules, there are a lot of big games. But they know to get where they want to be, they're going to have to go right through each other. And the Dogs and the Tide always have a national championship or bust mentality. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Offense in the sumo set with the big boys. Power football with the run. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. This rivalry might not be as bitter for Alabama as the ones against Auburn or Tennessee, or for Georgia, the ones against Florida or Georgia Tech. But when Alabama and Georgia have met over the past decade or so, no matchup has been more impactful across the SEC or college football.
Oh, there's no doubt. Georgia's had a Bama problem. I mean, they've kind of had their number. Obviously got over the hurdle for the national championship, but some great teams that have been held back because Alabama's dominance. This is a big rivalry. This is a huge day for the Dogs.
Anytime these teams play, it feels like a national championship. Even more than an SEC championship. We've seen that time and time again. But one thing I know, Georgia's defense is going to know where Ryan Williams is lining up each and every play, because the true freshman last year ate this defense alive.
The run to the left. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Finds his man. It's Branch. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. Now, last year, there were long stretches in which the Georgia offense hardly looked like a well-oiled machine. Now the quarterback's transferred, new full-time starter in there. I think it's fair to say, David, that the Dogs need more from the quarterback position this season.
They do need more, but I tell you what, they didn't help him the whole spot around, right? The offensive line, running backs, receivers, it was kind of...
Breaks into the open. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they got it on the 22. Dogs pick up the first down through the air, and the Georgia faithful starting to howl and bark.
And we've seen that in the past with Georgia. Maybe you get a little bit conservative, a little bit too much reliant on great defense, run the football. The reason that they broke through, the reason they started winning championships in the recent era, they became more aggressive, more dynamic throwing the football down the field.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. He'll do it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
He might want another play. Off the play fake. And they fail to hook up on third down.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. He's brought down. He's got him inside the 10, first and goal from the 8.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he showed you the arm talent on the throw.
Georgia heads to the line with a first and goal. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and it just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing, especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play uptight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Unleashes to the end zone. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. It's good, and that was dead solid, perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early, playing at home. They want to get the crowd into it, so you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal, you knock it through the uprights, you've got the lead, everything right now looking good.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Russell, wasting no time taking a shot. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
Well, this defense was ready for go-balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to...
Wide open spaces. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Really nice play getting that 1st down. And listen, I know when a lot of people think about the Crimson Tide recently, they think about the success they've had at the quarterback position. A big reason why, though, those guys have been playing so well, they're throwing to NFL talent all over the field. And this dude right here, he could be the next first-round pick at the...
Oh, he's got some space. Got enough space. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And they'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Going to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second.
On the double. 29 Philly. 2-0.
Finds his man. It's Humphreys. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
I tell you what, to get home to the quarterback and force pressure while just rushing 3 allows your back end to cover so much space. Now you got 8 guys in coverage. It makes you really dynamic in the back end of your defense.
Georgia sends out the punt team. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Makes a nice grab at the 25. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Here comes that Alabama offense. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Looking for a deep man. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Touchdown time. He got loose and it was lights out after that.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the Big Ten. Ohio State is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winners like Eddie George and Archie Griffin in the pantheon of greats in Columbus. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Washington. Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. That's caught. It's Humphries. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And the Dogs come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air, it's Stockton. Throws for the tight end. Got his man to the left.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. They're testing the right side here. Crosses the 40, gets it down to the 35 before he stopped, a gain of 6.
Well, I know he was struggling to get going early in this game. That right there, though, was easily his best run so far. And this is one of the more talented running backs you're going to see in the entire nation. They need more runs like that to get this offense going if they're going to win this game.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
He's looking to pass. Oh, he can't hang on. Almost had the interception, and this guy makes so many big plays, but couldn't come up with that one. It'll be 4th down. It's 4th down, and they can make the field goal from here, but it looks as if they're going to leave the offense out there. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. That's caught. It's Miller. Their performance in SEC play last year was forgettable. They love to make it memorable this time around.
I love when Reese uses that phrases like forgettable, which means it was awful, not very good, okay? So they're looking for a bounce back. They've been selling this program all offseason. They've been trying to bring in new additions. They've been trying to create some juice, Palmer. Now they got to go out and do it.
I think they realized, too, a year ago they weren't as talented as some of their opponents, but they also gave some games away. And they've got to be better in critical down and distances in big moments when they get into these SEC conference games this season.
Alabama will get the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Grabs it inside the 15. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Bama! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Bringing it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Looking for a man. It's Stockton. Throws to the tight end. Got a man. It's Delp. He goes out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
That's an absolute strike right there. Giving me some Stetson Bennett vibes, some Aaron Murray vibes, even Matthew Stafford with the arm talent on that throw. I'll tell you, they can attack any spot of the field in the passing game because of this guy's talent.
Looking downfield on first down. He'll take the deep shot. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll start this drive with a pass. Fires downfield. Complete downfield.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
They're down to the 25 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Miller. And good coverage by the defense, just a short game. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. Don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Quarterback strolling away from heat. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama! He didn't see anyone open. Said, no problem. I'll take care of it myself.
Yeah, I've been there before. Been there, done that. Not my first rodeo. I've been in this kind of situation. Down by the goal line, I'm getting outside, and I'm taking it in myself.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Out of the gun, the give to the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Might be changing the route. Back to throw. It's Stockton. Looking to the big tight end. Grabbed over the middle. It's Delp. Gets it inside the 40. Brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wants to throw on first down. Fires left. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And back to the air on 2nd down. He's got it.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
To the air on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Then They didn't start this first half the way you wanted to, but at least they're ending on a positive note. At least they're saying, guys, we put a drive together. We scored. We need some plays to go our way, but the offense has got some positive momentum, and that is a great thing going into the half.
And the extra point cuts the lead to 28-10. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to pass. It's Russell. Starting to feel a little pressure. Unloads to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about it.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Pressure coming. Blasted as he lets it go. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Tide offense rolls onto the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did.
Lets it fly. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have... Big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
Well, in that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. And he's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches. So I don't mind him taking another shot there.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Catch in the middle, it's Hale. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they...
Going for the big play. He's got it inside the 25. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
And you got to love the versatility of the big fella. You can put him in the box and let him block big defensive linemen, or you put him in the slot and you throw him the football and have success.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They go to the draw. And into the end zone. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
This quarterback part of their running game. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And the punishment has been extended.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up 35-10. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup in the Big Ten, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Ohio State is currently ahead in this one, but they're not exactly putting the Buckeye leaves on those helmets just yet. This is a tight one in Columbus. They're up by 8 over Washington. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this Big Ten battle.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far. And if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Scanning the field, it's Stockton. He fires to the left side. Intercepted. Takes it the other way. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guys. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
Here comes that Alabama offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And it's caught inside the 30.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
Wants to go up top on first down. Under fire. Chunked it away just as he was hit. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
So now it's second and long. Wants to go up top. Bringing the heat. Had to throw it before he wanted. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
I think he's showing you his experience on that decision right there. There was nothing open, so don't try to force it into coverage. You've got the lead. If it's not there, just throw it away. The head coach loves to see his quarterback make that kind of decision.
Tight windows, no problem to grab the tackle, and it's first down in the red zone at the 10. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone, or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Lets it go to the end zone. Oh, it's picked off. The 50. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Georgia! The defense gets it done with that huge interception return.
Man, the offense rolls the dice. They want 6. They choose not to kick a field goal. They choose to be aggressive, and man, do they make a big mistake. Throw the football, intercepted. Not only that, he takes it all the way back to the house. What a momentum swing in this football game.
Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Back to pass, it's Russell. Now improvising. Throws for the tight end. Turns it on in midfield. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Looking to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. Got it in the middle. It's Williams. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. This guy is special, and Alabama's had a lot of them. Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, Jerry Jeudy, who could make a huge play at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, big plays down the field. You get it to him, you know it could be a home run anytime he touches it. When you start mentioning those names, it just shows you the explosive nature. Everybody you mentioned, you know they can run right by you and hit those home runs, and so far, he's making some big plays in this ball game.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. Now just about ready to snap it to start the 4th. This is makeable field goal range here, but it looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the 4th quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. We all count our stats. At the end of the season, you look up, you got 1,000 yards receiving. All these plays still matter.
Wants to throw. It's Stockton. Shoots it to the left. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy at second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The offense changing the play. Second down, they'll go to the air. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Man, when you go over the middle, you got to be willing to take the punishment. You're going to get hit a lot of times anyways, so you might as well catch the football. But his arm's starting to look a little bit like Reese Davis when the check comes at dinner.
Going to have to come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. At the 45 on its way. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over. Maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates. They're still out there scrapping and clawing.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Stockton. Buys a little time. He'll get rid of it. Got his man. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. Really good job when this play went off script, and that's the job of a tight end. Find the soft spot and stay in the quarterback's field of vision.
Yeah, and it's just frustrating to play this kind of style of quarterback. That's always going to extend the play, make it harder on you as a defense. You got to guard longer in the back end and just...
Touchdown, Dogs! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
How about that? His second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense. Number 3 is coming soon.
And with the extra point, they now trail 35-24. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Buffalo needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Western New York behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. They're trailing by just 4 to UConn. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Going right to work up top. Might be looking to run. Fires to the wideout. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot, see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Complete in the middle.
Look, it's a nice game, but I don't know if it's worth the seconds they're losing on the game clock. In this type of situation, you've got to be throwing at least to the first down markers, or you got to be throwing to the sidelines to get out of bounds.
Grab near the marker is Bell. He makes a little bit of headway and is pushed out of bounds at the 43.
And even though they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last 3rd down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
He has the first and still on his feet. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. And the Bulldogs racing to the line in the hurry-up. To the air, it's Stockton. The throw to the outside is complete. There he goes! And what moves this guy has. The juice, the wiggles, the squirts just went right past him and picked up the first down. The Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback making adjustments. From the red zone, looking for a man. Throws to the tight end. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. There's the pressure. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Unloads to the wideout. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Throw to the end zone, picked off.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Back to pass, it's Russell. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. A 2nd and long. They'll send the back in motion. Using his feet. Finds a crease at the 20. How about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a 1st down.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it's going to be hard to stop.
Buying some time. He'll throw it. Incomplete, and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And, man, could they have used that? It'll be 2nd down.
That play call is going to force a lot of people to scratch their heads because you've got the lead late. Why aren't you just running the ball? When you throw, you risk having interceptions like that right there. That should have been picked.
A quarterback sneak on 2nd down. I've got to think somebody got confused on the play call. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on 3rd down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He gets it so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's incomplete. The long pass on fourth down is to no avail.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Looking for a man. It's Stockton. He's going to throw deep right side. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be second down.
Well, they're not able to hook up on that throw, but they need to score now. At this juncture of the game, this late in the game, they need a touchdown, they need an onside kick recovered, and they need to score again if they're going to win. The sense of urgency is just off the charts.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. Looking left. It's complete. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. Down to the 18-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Snagged in the middle. It's Branch. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
Timeout, Alabama.
On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense.
42, Spider. Ready.
The snap sets up to throw. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. Brought down at the 11 as he was trying to find enough room to take it back for the pick 6.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. He's going for the big play. And the pass is incomplete, charged loose by the hit. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. They'll run play action. Pocket breaking down. He'll pull it down. Gets it out to the 22 before going out of bounds, and they are suddenly out of trouble.
And how nice is it to just have a quarterback that you believe in, that you can trust, you can put it in his hands on 3rd down to make the right decision. You've got the lead, and you've got your guy. He sees it, nothing open, tucks.
He unleashes a long one. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on 1st down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
The dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Russell. Buys a little time with his feet. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe, take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. Here's a heat. Got a man. It's Bernard. He will not get there. They'll turn it over on downs, and that leaves the door open. This offense has it with really good field position. Looking to throw on first down. A shot toward the end zone. And he's got it. A late touchdown. Probably window dressing, but still a sliver. Albeit very slight.
And that sure feels like too little, too late. This offense, they needed to score and execute faster, but there's not enough time to me, man. This feels like this one's over.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And that's a good stop by this defense. There's still a chance, but man, oh man, is the special teams unit going to have to be special. Going to have to make a play here. Time's not on your side. Score's not on your side. One big play could change everything.
Wants to throw on first down. Unloads it downfield. Hits him in stride inside the 10. They're able to make the stop, but a little extra icing on this winning cake in this one.